My name is Zeke Hodo. I'm an artist based in Arizona, and this is my latest painting titled Sirius. It is an oil painting with a little bit of oil pastel. It is framed at 27 by 40 inches, and the actual artwork itself is 22 by 30 inches. This was made in July 2026. My initial thoughts when painting this was that I wanted to capture the feeling of the promises that we often make to ourselves in a moment of clarity or in sort of a epiphany. I believe that through the uncertainty and the adversity throughout people's lives, it takes a toll on you over time, and it humbles you. It breaks down your ego, and it makes you realize that many of the things that you're holding on to aren't important, or maybe they aren't working anymore. This painting to me is that turning point. It's that moment when you make a promise of some sort of change. Sirius is known as the brightest star in the night sky. It's known for its use in navigation. And it also has significance with Greek Roman culture, referring to the dog days of the summer or the hottest days of the summer. I use the title Sirius because to me these two things relate. Speaking on the dog days of the summer and that tribulation that we all go through, that moment of humbling and the moment your ego finally breaks, along with its navigational meaning. And calling back to the idea of you knowing now what to do after this moment of clarity. I think that everyone goes through moments of clarity and moments where you are humbled by life. I wanted this painting to feel universal and to feel as though it can connect to anybody. This is my personal meaning and what I personally get from this painting. So for me, the blue within the artwork represents both the emotional atmosphere and that sort of submerging of emotion, as well as the also sort of like visual representation of Sirius as a star. It's a blue-white star, so to me the waves within the background of the piece serve a lot of functions, but one of them being sort of a symbol for uncertainty or adversity within life. The subject that I chose to paint is based off of a 19th century sculpture, and I wanted to evoke that classical aesthetic, to call back to Sirius as defined by the ancient Greeks. My intention was to have these symbols work together within the composition in order to tell a story. Overall, I wanted this painting to be a visual representation of a personal metamorphosis and the declaration of knowing what to do. I believe that it's perfectly reasonable and normal to wonder why we suffer and to wonder why must we go through the adversity that we do. However, I think that there's something to be said about the human will and its relationship to adversity, and how despite how much life may humble us, despite the amount of unfair cards we may have been dealt in life, the human will continues to get back up. It continues to fight. It continues to search and fight for a place where it can breathe and live in comfort and live content. Everyone has a story of triumph. Every person has a story where they conquered or overcame some level of adversity, and it has led them to where they are today. I believe that it's important to be grateful for the moments that we've made it through, the times when we weren't sure we were going to make it. I believe that it's important that through adversity we hold on to purpose, we hold on to the things that we love and the things that we find to be imperative. To close, I think some of my last thoughts on this piece and where my mind was at by the time I was finished was I think that it's easy and common for many of us to ask, why must we suffer? However, after painting this, the thing that I reflect on now is, where did that suffering take me? I am very grateful to have the privilege and the opportunity to create this painting and to be able to share it with you all. Thank you very much for watching. Sirius, painted in oil on paper in July 2026, framed at 27 by 40 inches.